the tea table. Today we're going to start looking at Paldea Evolved, and of course, one of the hit cards out of Paldea Evolved, Heatran VMAX, for Master Radiance. But it does use cards from Paldea Evolved to do a kind of cool healing strategy, so I wanted to get into that. So let's jump right into that deck list. So you're going to start off with the Heatran V and the Heatran VMAX. So Heatran V does 30 in their burn, and if you have a stadium play, does 180 for 3. That's kind of neat, I guess. Whatever. It's doing its thing. What I want to focus on is the Heatran VMAX, which has the ability Gain. If you have a stadium in play, you may heal 50, and then 180 for 3 in their burn. So the strategy kind of with the deck is you want to heal it, and then kind of keep it alive as much as you can. I've tried that with Heatran VMAX, if you see my post on Twitter. But there's a new card in this set we'll get to in a moment that can let us heal even more, which is kind of cool. So, let's move on to the rest of Pokemon. We do have an Entei V, so the Entei doesn't really go with our strategy. But, you know, it's kind of a good basic attacker. It's got the 230, it's got the Burning Rod on 20 plus 20 for every bench, and it's got Fleet-Footed, draw a card. So, you know, it's just like sometimes you need the 2 energy or the Magma Basin that gets energy back, which we'll also talk about. You know, it's just kind of one of those. This card's pretty good. And then we got obviously the 2/2 Babera line going on here. We got the Bidoof that cannot be hit on the bench, and the Babera that lets you draw until you have 5 once during your turn. But we're going to get to Radiant Serena here. Heal 20 from all your Pokemon once during your turn. You could realistically play Radiant Greninja if you wanted to, because it will help you with your Magma Basin. But for the first draft, I had to go with that because it heals 20 from my Pokemon. We got Manaphy to protect your bench from damage, obviously. And then we got a new card to the deck. We got Oricorio from Paldea Evolve. So it's a cool new card. This card says, once during your turn, you may heal 20 from your active evolution Pokemon. So you get the Oricorios in play, you get the Heatran, you heal up to 130, which kind of just lets you live another turn. It's not about like healing everything, but it's about like being there long enough to take maybe multiple knockouts with your Heatran. Kind of a thing, or you switch into another Heatran and then you heal that one while you're healing the one on the bench. So that's kind of the strategy with that one. It's kind of a cool card. I saw Oricorio and a bunch of Japanese. I was like, what does that card do? And I think it's really sweet. And it does stack, so you have more than one to play. Your bench can kind of wacky because you got like Heatran, Babera, like Serena, Oricorio, which is kind of like your ideal bench. But I still want to go with 4 Oricorio. I guess you could do 3 because you have Serena. But if you do the Greninja thing, I would definitely play 4 of the Oricorio. So we're going to jump into the trainer. So we got obviously the 4 Professor's Research. Got to draw those cards, put those energy in the discard pile. We got Judge. Gonna disrupt your opponent there. Shuffle draw 4. You got the Babera, that's fine. We got the 2 Boss's Order. Gotta bring up those Pokemon to knock them out. Then we got Iono, another new card. Probably the most hyped supporter in the set. Last few sets, really. That everybody has been looking for. Everybody's been like waiting. They're like, alright, when are we gonna get Iono? But what is Iono? So Iono, as you see on your screen here, is a mixture between N and Marnie. Some of my friends have been calling it Narnie. Each player shuffles their hand and puts it on the bottom. If either player put any cards on the bottom of their deck in this way, each player draws a card for each of their remaining prize cards. AKA, if you got 1 and I got 6, that's not good for me anyway, but you will only get to draw 1 card, and a benefit of being in this deck is I have Babera. There are decks playing 4. I debated what I wanted to do with the Judge Iono line, but I felt like more Judges was good because early on you can disrupt them like that, and then you kind of finish with Iono. But who knows what the split will be, or if you even play Judging decks, or you'll just go like 4 Iono and, you know, wreak havoc that way. Then we got the 4 Ultra Balls. Discard the 2 cards, obviously get the Pokemon, get the energy, and discard pile. We got the 4 Nest Ball going on. Search for those basics. We do got 3 Level Ball. You might be able to go down to 2 for a second Picnic Basket, but that is kind of what testing would be for. You got the 3 Level Ball because it gets your Oricorio and Bidoofs. So you could go to 2 because like Nest Ball does the same thing. We got 2 Switch going on. We got a Picnic Basket, which heals damage from all your Pokemon in play. And the reason there would be for you to play 2 of them in your deck, it heals 30 from every Pokemon in play. Yours and your opponent's, but kind of like whatever on yours, is because the new set, as you see here, there is a Spiritomb. I'm sorry, I read Spiritomb wrong. Ignore that card. Anyway, Picnic Basket, very good card though. Helps you heal more, along with Oricorio, which I didn't say anything there, because I read Spirit 2 wrong, and it's only for Vs. So, that was Stop Your Entei, bud. Who cares? So yeah, second Picnic Basket though could be good too anyway. Drop the level ball for it, because you'll like heal 60 with my Oricorio, heal 20 with my Serena, heal 50 with my ability, heal 30 more, I mean 80, what, 140, 160. You just want to stay in the range of not being able to get two-shot, which is kind of what you want to hope for in this, and let your Heatran live longer, and then you can switch into other Heatrans, and then like heal those on the bench, and just attack your opponent for a lot of damage there. And then we have the 2-4 Seal Stones. We don't have a V-Star ability in this deck, but we do got that one. Just search for any cards you're going to want. And we finish up here for the trainer cards with the 4 Magma Basin. Once they're returned, you may attach a Fire Energy from discard to one of your bench fire Pokemon. That Pokemon does take 20 damage. And obviously that's not going to matter too much because you get to heal with Heatran's ability, or Oricorio, or Serena. So you can touch your Heatran, switch, heal with Oricorio the active, if, that kind of thing. Or, it's just stuff like that. Or if your Barbarrel's active, don't forget Oricorio will work on that. It's only the active, but the healing sometimes, is really good. However you want to do it. So, while Oricorio may matter while on your bench, Serena does. And like I said, if you I gotta get energy on my active, but it took 200 damage, you're like, all right, well, I gotta heal it, switch it, attach, heal, get back in there, retreat, etc., etc. And then we got 2 Jet Energy. When you attach this to your active Pokemon, you may switch it with one of your. I'm sorry. When you attach this card from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon, my apologies. Switch that Pokemon with your active Pokemon. Read cards, everybody. I thought it was the other way around the whole time. This was kind of one of my first times looking at these translations, so my bad on that one. So you get to switch it with the active. So if they try to do Boss Stall and you're like Barbarrel, and then you're like, I got this Jet Energy. Imagine a Heatran like flying in there and attacking you and doing stuff there. So my apologies for misunderstanding translations. That was on my bad on that one. But the main strategy of this deck is to heal. You could play Cook. There's, I think, a new card called Fighting Milk where you heal 60, but you have to be losing. Cook might be a really good one. I saw that in a few lists there. I'm trying to think of any other healing cards. If there are any healing cards, let me know below in the comments. What you would play as another healing card. Like, Cheryl's kind of tough because you have to discard your energy, and you can't really get them back super fast. But I think like Cook might be another big addition. You can try Emergency Jelly. If like you do a bunch of testing and you're like, oh, the math is I go to 300, you can Emergency Jelly, go to 180, 130, etc., etc. So Emergency Jelly might not be bad in the deck in the end for there. But aside from that, this is kind of a cool deck to start off. My look at Paldea Evolve before we jump into like the big decks like Chin Pao and stuff like that. So I hope everybody liked this. Let me know what you think below. I think this is this would be like a Elite Challenge Elite Cup deck where you're just like, yeah, just get them. And you win some games, and you play with Heatran, which is cool. But with that being said, this is the Tea Table. I'm Josh Shatter. That's Heatran. Gonna fly at you with a Jet Energy on it. Like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know your favorite card from the new set as well. And I'll see everybody next time on the Tea Table.